Hey there, people of the interwebs. My name is Brandon Noel. Thank you for joining us. This is my Jessica Jones sketch video painting. So if you're new to me, my name is Brandon Noel. I'm a cartoonist. I've been cartooning, drawing comic books since 2009. I'm best known for the kids comic Mr. Cuddles, about an angelically possessed teddy bear protecting his family against zombies, vampires, and babysitters. It's a book I'm particularly proud of. Kids' books are not everyone's cup of tea, and I get that. But somebody has to do the funny books in order to get the youngins reading the comics for the next generation, in order for there to be a next generation of comic book readers. At least that's my opinion. So anyway, the game plan for this month, I try to theme these months out. The theme of this month was supposed to be Jessica Jones and Defenders. However, as mentioned in my previous videos, I don't have internet. I had a huge situation with my internet provider, and so currently I do not have internet. Hopefully you're even watching this on a device that has the internet. So I have not seen Jessica Jones Season 2. I have seen Jessica Jones Season 1, and I've seen the first 4 episodes of The Defenders. I need to finish the rest of The Defenders. I love The Defenders. I just, at this point I really don't have an excuse as to why I haven't finished it. I'm a bad person. Marvel, if you are seeing this, I am a horrible human, and I am sorry I have not finished The Defenders. It was something I was clamoring for forever. I couldn't believe it. The first teaser trailer with Nirvana, like, I was the target audience for The Defenders. And then the bad reviews got out, and I just haven't been able to. After Iron Fist, I've had a hard time watching anything from the Marvel series, just time-wise, and I haven't watched The Punisher, and I know I'm a bad human being. But I will catch up as soon as I get my internet turned back on. That is priority number 1. Catch up with The Defenders. So, but I will say what I'm looking forward to seeing in Jessica Jones Season 2, more Hellcat, hopefully a little bit more crossover. Malcolm, he steals the show for me. David Tennant as the Purple Man is probably still one of their best villains ever done in a Marvel series or movie. It's a little unfair because he got a little bit more screen time than most of the other villains. Poor Christopher Eccleston in Thor. Malekith is such a good villain, and they just kind of butchered him in that movie. I don't think she has a desk calendar on her desk, but that was neat. But yeah, I love the Defenders. I hope they keep going with these grittier Marvel series. Throw some ink on here. I'm a huge fan of the Marvel monsters, Werewolf by Night, Blade, those kinds of things. I don't know if we'll probably get another Blade, and it'll probably star Wesley Snipes. Hopefully sooner than later. But I don't know if we're gonna get any of like the other horror Marvel titles. I doubt it. I would love to see a Werewolf by Night movie. I think that could be done really well. But with, yeah, Jessica Jones, what I love about the Netflix Marvel stuff is, yes, everything's noir, darker, but they found a way to make each show its own individual thing. With the exception of Iron Fist, no one knew what to do with Iron Fist. And it's so stupid that they screwed up Iron Fist. Because Iron Fist itself was based off of a TV show. Kung Fu, David Carradine. So you just go back to that original influence and make it closer to Kung Fu. But anyway, instead of harping on the one mistake that company has had in 10 years, what they did with the different Defender series is they made Daredevil more of a procedural. It's more Law and Order. Jessica Jones is much more, they leaned into the detective-y side of her. She is much more in the vein of like your noir Dashiell Hammett classic detective, which I love. I really appreciate that. And Luke Cage, they're all noir. They're all variations of noir. Luke Cage is your Rockford Files. He's your tough, gruff hero who's going to save the day, but it's going to be at some kind of personal loss. And the only thing they haven't really done, and maybe they'll do that in season 2, is lean into the hero for hire element of the character. With Rockford, it was $200 a day plus expenses. And that is definitely a part of the comic book character of Luke Cage, mostly because that character doesn't do anything without getting paid. And I love that. As a cheapskate and somebody who is, I'm notoriously cheap. I'm so cheap, when I open my wallet, Abraham Lincoln squints from the light. So, they could definitely lean into that aspect for Luke Cage season 2. I hope they do. I hope they lean into that, the whole hero for hire thing, and really play up the money. There's a great issue of I can't remember if it's Defenders or or if it's Avengers, or it might even be a Heroes for Hire storyline, but basically Luke Cage does a job for Doctor Doom, and Doom stiffs him on the bill, and the whole issue is Luke Cage stealing a Quinjet, flying to Latveria to collect his $200. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So I hope they lean into that for season 2 of Luke Cage, which they just released the first teaser of not too long ago. I know David Tennant is coming back for season 2. I think he's going to be basically appearing to Jessica in her mind, which is super creepy. I love David Tennant. I thought he did an incredible job as the Purple Man. You know, the Doctor really surprised me with how evil, because I've seen him for so many years as the valiant hero, that it surprised me how evil David Tennant can play. And I know he's leaning into that with his new movie Bad Samaritan. Looks pretty good. With an ink pen, always want to put the cap on, because what will happen is the ink in here will dry out, and this will basically become ruined and you won't be able to use it. And I'm not speaking from personal experience by any means. But what I love about Jessica Jones is how detective-y it turned out, how they really leaned into her detective nature. And I'm going to pull up my phone. So I can have my reference right there. Ooh. So, but anyway, Jessica Jones is definitely one of my favorite characters. I was impressed with normally when they change something from the comics for an adaptation, it bothers me. But the changes they did for Jessica Jones felt right. Even toning down some of the language. That felt more of a I don't know why they did that, honestly. Now that I think about it. With Netflix, there doesn't really seem to be a censorship issue. They can let those F-bombs fly, but maybe it's Kevin Feige or somebody not wanting the F-bomb in the Marvel universe, or too many F-bombs. Because what Alias, the comic series that the character debuted in, starts off with a series of F-bombs, and I believe they're the first F-bombs ever in Marvel publishing history. I could be wrong. No, there had to have been some maxi title or something that came first. That couldn't have been the first F-bomb. It was definitely mature, and they changed her origin enough, but I felt like they missed an opportunity, because in the first season you just see her car crash from her perspective, and if they had just set the car crash in New York, I thought they missed an opportunity, because it could have been the same car crash that caused Daredevil's accident. Same chemical or whatever. But they didn't go that route, and it's okay. I just thought they were trying to... I thought for a second when I first watched it, it looked like things were going to be a lot more connected. And I thought it was nice that they kept the Disney World. That's where their family was going, Disney World. I should be using my inking pen for this. It's alright. But anyway, yeah, I really do enjoy what they did, and it made the character pop in a way that I don't even think she had popped in the comic books. I would have liked to have seen them work an Ant-Man reference into the second season, just because in the comics she dated Ant-Man at one point, or I think had a blind date with him, and it didn't go well. And in the comics she's a contemporary of Spider-Man's age-wise. They went to the same high school. There's a great moment when you find out she had a crush on Peter Parker, and you know, of course things could have been different, and I wonder if they'll ever explore that in like an alternate universe where the two of them had gotten together. You know, in Peter Parker's world she's Coma Girl, because that was the nickname that she got, being Coma Girl. For season 2, I want to see more of Malcolm, more of Hellcat, and the development of that storyline. I wonder if they'll ever get back to Nuke. Again, the series doesn't seem to be tied into the movies as well as I would have liked, because I thought, oh, they're going to spin him off into, at that time, Captain America, you know, Civil War, you know, but no, it just seems like Nuke is sitting on the sidelines, and we don't know if he'll ever become a Captain America villain, because it looks like in Infinity Crisis, or Infinity War, that they're going to kill off Cap, and I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm wrong. But if they do kill off Cap, there better be a scene in heaven with him and Peggy. That's all I'm saying. I freaking loved Agent Carter. Didn't even have cable at the time. We're paying on iTunes to see that show, Peggy Carter, Agent Carter. Love that show. Season 2 could have been a lot better, but I don't think they should have just leaned into the creation of S.H.I.E.L.D., early S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, you create a threat and then you have her do the whole, oh, this is why S.H.I.E.L.D. needs to exist, and you have her name it. There you go. Yeah, my nice little Jessica Jones. Fun character, created by Brian Michael Bendis in Alias. And you know, I hope they lean into the detective side of that character in season 2. I'd like to see a couple more procedural, or not procedural, but more cases and like I said, I don't know where Luke Cage is going, but I hope it leans into that Rockford Files element of the character. God, I'm old. I swear I'm not this old. All my references are from the 70s. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed my ramblings. If you managed to stick through to the end, thank you. Like I said, I'm trying new stuff out, trying to figure out how to do this. Working with a camera and a tripod versus the web camera. So hopefully we'll figure this out. I'm just having fun. Yeah, just having fun. Like I said, the whole month was originally going to be Defenders themed, but I don't have the internet, so I can't catch up on my Defenders or Jessica Jones, or for that matter. But I hope the show is awesome. I hope Marvel is kicking butt, taking names, and I look forward to eventually watching and catching up when my internet is back on. So have a good one. Take care. Please like, subscribe. Destiny Comics, or patreon.com/DestinyComics or DestinyComics.com. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Destiny Comics. Please like and subscribe. There's a Tumblr out there too that gets updated occasionally. That poor abused Tumblr. So other than that, thank you, and you know, have a good one.